Okay guys, welcome back to Improve Your English Friendship with Allan. So we've got another clip from Friends, and this is from season 1 again, and this is episode 8. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and we're gonna take a look at some of the vocabulary right after we watch this clip. So let's go.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi. So, did she?
Twice.
Oh, that sucks.
You guys okay?
I don't know, it's weird. I mean, I know she's gone, but I just don't feel,
Maybe that's because she's not really gone.
No, she's gone.
We checked. A lot.
Well, I mean, maybe no one ever really goes, you know? Ever since my mom died, every now and then I get this feeling that she's like right here, you know? Oh, and Debbie, my best friend from junior high, got struck by lightning on a miniature golf course. I always get this really strong Debbie vibe whenever I use one of those little yellow pencils, you know. I miss her.
Oh, here, Phoebes. Want this?
Oh, thanks.
Sure. I just sharpened her this morning.
Now see, I don't believe any of that. I think when you're dead, you're dead. You're gone. You're worm food. So Chandler looks gay, huh?
You know, I don't know who this is, but it's not Debbie.
Okay guys, so the first kind of difficult term that we're gonna take a look at here in the script is to suck, right? Now you guys might have heard this before because it's actually very commonly used, especially in Canada and the United States, right? And so I think Phoebe said, oh, that sucks. And this is a really common expression. Now, if you look up suck in the dictionary, it's gonna give you the dictionary definition, and it's gonna say suck is to kind of physically suck something in, right? But when we're using it in this way, what we're really saying is something is not good, something is bad, something sucks, right? So we say that sucks, we're talking about like that situation is not good, it's too bad, it's unfair, right? So if maybe somebody steals something from me, I might say, oh man, this sucks, or that sucks, it's not good, right? Or if somebody does something bad to me, maybe my younger brother, for example, I might say, you suck, right? Now that might be confusing in Korea because I think there are a few people who are named you suck. Ooh, bad joke. Sorry guys, but anyhow, to suck is a very useful expression. However, be a little bit careful. To suck is a little bit rude, so you don't want to be using this around older people or informal situations. But if you're with your friends and something's not good, why not? This sucks. Okay, let's take a look at another expression.
You guys okay?
I don't know, it's weird. I mean, I know she's gone, but I just don't feel,
Maybe that's because she's not really gone.
No, she's gone.
Okay guys, the next expression I have on the board here is to go. And you're probably thinking like, well, why is that on the board? I know how to use go. Go just means to go somewhere, right? Well, yes, you're right, but go can be used in a variety of different ways and can have a variety of different meanings. And when Phoebe says here, she says, I mean, maybe no one ever really goes. What she's talking about here is not about someone physically going somewhere. She's talking about somebody's spirit going somewhere, right? So she's using to go as in pass away or to die, right? There are many different English expressions that talk about death, right? So sometimes, well, Phoebe said no one ever really goes, but sometimes we say to go to heaven or to go to a better place, right? And this is a nicer expression as opposed to saying like, you know, did she die, right? Like, you know, if one of your friends' grandparents passes away, you don't want to say, did she die? Maybe you could say like, oh, did your grandmother go away, or did your grandmother go to heaven? maybe that's nicer, or did your grandmother pass away? Anyhow, guys, I just wanted to briefly explain that because I thought it might be a little bit confusing for you guys, but there we go. There's another way to use the word go.
We checked. A lot.
Well, I mean, maybe no one ever really goes, you know? Ever since my mom died, every now and then I get this feeling that she's like right here, you know? Oh, and Debbie, my best friend from junior high, got struck by lightning on a miniature golf course. I always get this really strong Debbie vibe whenever I use one of those little yellow pencils, you know.
Okay, guys, the next term I want to take a look at here is vibe. So we say vibe, or sometimes we pluralize it and say vibes. Now, when Phoebe's talking here, she says, I always get this really strong Debbie vibe. Now, vibe is like a feeling or like a mood that we get from a person, that we sense from them, or vibe is the feeling in the atmosphere when we enter somewhere, right? So maybe, for example, there's a bar that I really like. I think it's usually a really fun place. So whenever I go there, I can say, wow, this place has a good vibe, or this place has good vibes, right? However, let's say by accident, I accidentally walk into the women's washroom and then some lady looks at me and I'm like, oh, and I say, ooh, awkward vibe. How did I accidentally walk into the women's washroom? Why did I use that example? That's really weird. Okay, but yeah, this is pretty useful, right? You could even use this to describe the feeling in a city. So a lot of people say that Vancouver, for example, has a very relaxed vibe, right? It's pretty relaxing here. But before, in the past, when I lived in Seoul, I thought, wow, Seoul has this kind of like busy vibe, right? Like time is money. Anyhow, so yeah, this is very useful for talking about the feeling, the mood, the atmosphere that exists in a place, or that you are kind of receiving from a person. So yeah, vibe. All right, guys, let's take a look at another expression.
I miss her.
Oh, here, Phoebes. Want this?
Oh, thanks.
Sure. I just sharpened her this morning.
Now, see, I don't believe any of that. I think when you're dead, you're dead. You're gone. You're worm food. So Chandler looks gay, huh?
Okay, guys, now this is definitely the hardest term that we're going to take a look at. And it's actually not really in the script, like none of the characters say this, but it's regarding Joey's reaction. Because later in the script, Joey says, now see, I don't believe any of that. I think once you're dead, you're dead. You're gone. You're worm food. And then he realizes his tactlessness. And then he tries to change the conversation. He says, so Chandler looks gay, huh? Okay, so what could that mean? Tact, tactless, tactlessness. Now, tact by itself is a pretty interesting word. If you have tact, or if somebody has tact, that means you are sensitive to somebody else's feelings, right? That you can kind of read the mood in the room, or read the vibe, right? So of course, if you go to a funeral, you want to be tact, you want to have tact, right? You don't want to go there and start having a party. That would be extremely rude, right? You want to be kind of quiet and kind of somber, right? Now in this situation, you know, Ross and Monica's grandmother just passed away. So the mood or the vibe, you know, it's kind of a little bit sad, right? And they're talking about death, and then Joey says, you know, I don't believe that. Once you're dead, you're dead. You're worm food. It's kind of rude. So at this point in time, that we could say that, you know, Joey is exhibiting tactlessness, right? He's not being sensitive to the feelings of others, right?
You know, I don't know who this is, but it's not Debbie.
Okay, guys, next term we're going to take a look at is actually a contraction of two words. It's dunno, right? What is dunno? Dunno. I don't know. I don't know. I got no idea, right? So dunno or dunno means don't know. I don't know. Because in the last sentence here, Phoebe said, you know, I don't know. She doesn't know. So, is this a useful term? Sure. But this is more about trying to sound natural, right? This is not like a difficult term or anything. But yeah, a lot of Canadians and Americans kind of use this contraction, and we say, if we don't know something, I don't know. Where's your mom? I don't know. What happened to the cat? I don't know. Where did the rest of the pizza go? I don't know. There we go. All right, guys. So yeah, that's our last expression for this clip. If we do a quick recap, let's take a look again. To suck, very useful, but be careful about who you use it around. To go, we already know to go, but to go can also mean to pass away or to die. Vibe, also pretty useful for describing the mood or the feeling or the atmosphere. Tact, sensitivity to a situation or the atmosphere. And lastly, dunno. I don't know what it means. Okay, guys, well, I'll catch you guys next time and we'll take a look at some more vocabulary in a later clip.